Okay, we'll call the meeting back to order, and everyone's in place. We're going to reverse 3 and 4, take those first. Okay, approve offer to purchase a started bait shop property per appraisal, or authorization to commence with condemnation proceedings for started bait shop property if offer is not accepted by Chris and Therese Carter. Okay, do we have a motion to move forward with this?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to offer a motion, and it is reduced into a resolution that the city attorney has in her presence. I'd like for her to read that.
Whereas the city of Wetumpka, Elmore County, Alabama was directly adversely affected by the severe weather and flooding that caused damage to Company Street and the adjacent stormwater drainage system located in the city of Wetumpka. And whereas the city has been advised by its engineer that it's necessary for the city to acquire the adjacent property known as Stoddard Bait and Tackle, located at 314 Company Street, owned by Chris Carter and Joyce Carter, which is more particularly described in the Exhibit A attached here too, in order to construct the new stormwater drainage system and repair Company Street. And whereas the city has determined the time is of the essence for the city to acquire said property and commence the construction necessary to remedy the situation on Company Street, and whereas the city has determined there's an immediate need for the city to act in order to avoid any further risk of damage to the properties adjacent to the affected area, and to protect the health and safety of the citizens who live or own business on Company Street, and afford public and emergency vehicle access to Company Street. Now therefore be it resolved by the city, Wetumpka City Council as follows. That it's necessary and expedient to acquire the property described in Exhibit A attached here to, owned by Chris Carter and Therese Carter, that it's the judgment of the council that it's necessary and expedient for carrying out the full powers granted to the city that such property be acquired either by purchase or by condemnation. And further, the city attorney and mayor are authorized to negotiate a purchase of said property for the appraised value of $58,000 plus the estimated litigation expenses that the city would incur in prosecuting the condemnation action, altogether not to exceed $73,500. Said amount having been determined to be a fair and equitable compromise and settlement regarding the necessary and expedient acquisition of said property. It is further resolved that in the event that Chris Carter and Therese Carter refuse to accept the amount offered by the city to compromise and settle on the acquisition of this property, the city attorney is authorized and directed to commence the necessary condemnation proceedings to acquire said property. Approved and adopted on this the 6th day of June 2016.
Okay, you've heard the reading, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion?
Mayor, my only concern, it's not necessarily discussion, but just concern is that once we go through this process, from my understanding, that this is a situation that the city is not necessarily wanting to acquire the property for its own personal use. It's a situation based off of a natural disaster that's taking place that we need to address this issue for what's good for the general public, general welfare of the public. I want, and I don't know if Mr. Carter is available tonight, but I want to make sure he understands that this is not something that the city saying we want to just take your property. We're trying to do what's in the best interest of the citizens here, and what's in the best interest of him as a citizen as well. So the decision is being made, from my understanding, is being made in the best interest of the public overall.
Thank you. Okay, you have a motion, you have a second, we've had discussion. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so that permission has been granted. So then we'll go back and pick up resolution number 16-6-6-1, declare an emergency for repair on Company Street. Okay, do we have a motion to declare an emergency situation?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any discussion on this? Okay. All in favor of moving forward with this, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Okay, that too has been approved. Then the item 2, authorize Public Works Director Tex Greer to proceed with emergency bid process in accordance with Alabama Code 41-16-53 for construction of storm drainage system and repair of Company Street. Do we have a motion to move forward?
So moved.
Okay, thank you for the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. discussion on this? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that too has been approved. So that's gonna take care of item 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that'll take us to items 5. Item 5, authorize mayor to file and execute a grant application and potential agreement to ALDOT. Also commit match monies not to exceed $11,000 for capital equipment for federal transit, and that is administration funds for elderly and disabled transportation at an 80% federal, 20% local match ratio. That is a bus for the senior citizens. We're requesting to suspend the rules to move forward to make this deadline on the application. So do we have a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Okay. Roll call.
Councilmember Robbins?
Yes.
Gill?
Yes.
Thornton?
Yes.
Gant?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, rules having been suspended, we need a motion to move forward with this application.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion on this? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so that authorization has been given for this resolution. And item 6, approval of homeowner request at 721 Marshall Street, Wetumpka. This is the Washington property. They have submitted their building plan, their bringing the property into compliance, right?
With the addition.
I'd just like to add, page burner number 11, foundation support shall be repaired or replaced.
Mayor, can I ask?
Yes, sir.
Jason, a question?
Yes, sir.
Based on this request, and I'm amenable to certainly giving this an extension, because that's essentially what we're doing. It had more than ample time to address these issues. But hypothetically, within 120 days, if all these issues are not taken care of, what's the next step from that?
Me and the city attorney have talked about that. If for some reason they do not comply with 120 days, we feel certain that we can just move forward with the ordinance we have in place with the notification we've already sent to go ahead and take action on the house ourselves. Where it says 120 plus or minus days, do we set a deadlock on that? Because I mean, I don't know what the plus would be. I mean, is that 120 plus 15 days plus 30 days? Can we just say 120 days?
I would suggest that you have them signed, saying that it will be done in 120 days, or if not, if they understand, the city will proceed with the abatement of the nuisance.
I concur. I think 120 days is more than ample time, based on the fact that we're already giving them, we're giving them an extension as it is.
Sure.
But 120 days, in my opinion, is more than ample time to do these things.
We can, if this is approved, we can work on that tomorrow. I can contact the property owner, know what you all have decided. We'll get that drafted up.
So we need a motion for this approval.
Mayor, I'd like to offer a motion that we approve this condition that it lasts no longer than 120 days for this particular property at 721 Marshall Street.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Yes. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so that approval has been granted for that work plan. Okay, item 7, provision for public street and highway lighting from Alabama Power at an annual cost of $307.35 at the request of Trinity Episcopal Church located on US Highway 231. And they've asked to suspend the rules to move forward with this. So is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Mayor, this is located in District 5, and I would ask the council to suspend the rules.
Thank you. That's a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to suspend the rules, so roll call.
Councilmember Robbins,
Yes.
Gill,
Yes.
Thornton,
Yes.
Gant,
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
So the rules having been suspended, permission to move forward with this highway lighting at an annual cost of $307.35. Is there a motion?
So moved is read by the mayor.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Yeah. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so you want to light up the church. Item 8, permission to use Gold Star Park, June 17th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Rocking with the responders, free food and activities. Rain date is June the 24th. Wetumpka Police Department. Do we have a motion to move forward with Rocking with the responders?
I'd like to make a motion to move on.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have the motion second, you gotta go to Rockland. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. So that too has been agreed. Okay, and then item 9, water at the maintenance building at $135 per month. Suspend the rules. Do we have a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Councilmember Robbins.
Yes.
Gill,
Yes.
Thornton,
Yes.
Gant,
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Okay, so the rules having been suspended, do we have a motion for this approval?
I'll allow the motion to go ahead.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, any discussion? Thank you, Mr. Locke. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so that water hookup has been granted. Boards and committees, Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Just a couple of really quick announcements. First of all, it was a privilege to do the ribbon cutting today at the Ivy Creek Cafe. So I would encourage everybody to take advantage of that every day, 5 days a week, 11:30, I believe, to 1:30. They were serving lunch, and it was really good. So I encourage you to go out and do that. We're also privileged to have a grand opening. OBGYN Associates on Hospital Drive is having a grand opening on Monday, June the 13th. So yet another business coming into the city of Wetumpka. It's exciting to see what's going on at the hospital and all of their growth plans. The third thing, one of our members is sponsoring a movie in the park this Friday for, the movie is Zootopia. So if you've seen it or haven't seen it, it's going to be great for the kids. They're serving food. It's Remax Cornerstone that's doing it. It's this Friday, 10 June, starting at 8 p.m. So some good low-cost entertainment for everybody. And then finally, we have our next business after hours at the Wetumpka Depot Players on June the 16th. And I would just remind everybody, Mr. Mayor, that to join the Chamber of Commerce, you don't necessarily have to be a business. If you want to join as an individual, you can do that for $50 annually and take advantage of a lot of these activities and events. And of course, when we cut the ribbon on this new building across the street over here, you'll get to participate in all the activities and services that we'll be providing as part of that. So a lot of exciting things going on. Thank you, sir.
What time you gonna be moving furniture in tomorrow?
I'll be calling everybody to, we've got some temporary stuff coming in just about every day now, but I'm hoping in about 3 weeks, Mr. Mayor, we'll have a big old truck pull up, and we'll unload a bunch of stuff. And then we're gonna turn the lights on and get rolling, rocking and rolling.
Okay. Public comment from any of our citizens?
Mayor, I'd like to say something. Is that okay with you? I'm Greg Jones, and I live at 307 Ross Road, so I do live in Wetumpka. But I'd like to congratulate the people that worked on the Main Street program, and I see Lynn Weldon is here, and I'm not sure who all worked on that project, but we were selected to be a Main Street city. And the video that was done, if you didn't get to see it, it's really impressive, and thank you.
David worked on it, didn't
Yeah, David and Johnny Oates.
Great job.
Question was asked, why'd y'all wait so long? Why didn't you do this sooner? Well, it's just, this council allowed us to move forward in doing this. And another way of putting the city forward, taking a step forward. But we were not ready to do it. I think when we did the first phase downtown, putting the infrastructure in, that showed Main Street that, hey, these people are for real. They have an interest in this program and what they want to do. And I enjoyed reading the article that the editor in the paper wrote. He was familiar with this program, and he talked about what value that he has seen in this throughout other areas of the country where he has been. That the program is a strong nationwide program that can lead you where you need to be in your redevelopment. So we're excited about where we are, and again, thank you for what you guys did to put it together. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to mention, just for the record, that on June the 23rd, we will have the media day and kickoff, and Main Street will actually be here. So we'll be letting you know where that will be and what time that will be, but it will certainly be after hours so people can attend that.
There are things that we have an economic development person here tonight from the county that works hand in hand with us on what we do. Lynn's our economic development person for the city. But don't give up on us, because we haven't given up on Wetumpka, and they work daily pursuing different things and businesses to come into Wetumpka. And so it's a job, and it's very difficult sometimes, but behind the scenes, Lisa, there's a lot of work that goes on to help get us where we need to be. And we hope that just in the next few weeks that you're going to see some announcements, hear some announcements of things that are choosing to come to Wetumpka. If you've been out on the 14 bypass, the last few days, you'll see that the turning lanes are in from the property directly across the street from the sports complex. And it's going to be a really nice development out there. Quite a few things that in the works for that property. So as we continue to pursue these things, you just work with us. If you have a question about anything, go to Lynn, go to Lisa, and find out, what's going on. Jerry?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, anecdotally, I would just share in line with what you're saying. We have a new business in town. It's a little candle shop that opened on Memorial Day weekend. If you haven't been by to see him, go by and visit. And the gentleman is from Tallahassee, lives in Tallahassee. And he came by to join the chamber, and I sat down and talked with him for a few minutes a couple of weeks ago. And I said, I'm just curious, why you live in Tallahassee, you're making the drive every, not that there's anything wrong with Tallahassee. Tallahassee's a great town. But why are you making the drive over here every day to open your business in Wetumpka? And what he said was, because I heard this is where things were happening. So I think that's a great testimony to what's coming.
Any other comment? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.